should show with me? Oh, okay. Well, we might be able to do it on Tuesday, next Tuesday. Yeah, okay. Okay, Dan, thank you. Bye. Nobody read Las Vegas Tribune, but she knows that I've been banging on her. 12 o'clock.
Oh, go.
Hello, Las Vegas. This is Rolando Larraz, and with Feeley Tribune, I remind you that if you have nothing to worry about, if you don't do anything wrong, you don't have to be worried about facing the Tribune. But if not, we go after you, and we're gonna go all the way, because we are looking for clean government, honest government, not corrupted government in our city. With me today is, as always, my co-host, Mr. Producer, Clark Feeley. Hello, Clark. How are you today?
Good afternoon.
What's happening? What is new? I hear that Mr. President was upset about what happened with the immigration department, and he make a statement that they don't have. He set back the image that he wanted for this country. I don't know exactly those are the words, but I tell you, if the image that he wants for this country is open borders and people coming in and out of here anytime they want, no security, no nothing like that, I'm glad that the Supreme Court didn't pass that data or DACA or whatever that thing is. I'm glad that we didn't have the opportunity to do all that stuff then Mr. Obama and Mrs. Clinton wanted to do. But I guarantee you that they didn't lose any sleep about this. I guarantee you that she's promising the same thing Mr. Obama promised for the last 8 years, and she's gonna promise the same thing for, I don't know how long she's gonna be in prison, but I don't think.
One can only hope.
Yeah, so.
Well, we have immigration laws and have had for a long, long time. And Obama thought with his phone and a stroke of a pen that he could just make up his own immigration laws and let all these 4 million people just stay in the country, illegal immigrants, know this, know that, get your welfare, get your food stamp, everything else. He was just going to sign that order. Well, the Fifth Circuit Court out of Texas decided that, that you have to go through Congress to change laws or do things of that nature. The president can't just sign over here and there and change his whole country. So in other words, the Fifth Circuit Judiciary upheld the Constitution of the United States. Obama tried to change it. He didn't get away with it. Then the Supreme Court decided to just pass on the tied court, as Obama describes it, 4-4, and send it back to the Fifth Circuit, so the order from the Fifth Circuit stands, which upheld the Constitution of the United States. So, but the point is, the danger is it was a 4-4 decision to uphold the court, the Constitution. 4-4. What if Obama had got on the Supreme Court, his nominee would have switched it to 5-4, and Obama would have got to do what he wanted to do, which is break the Constitution. And if Hillary Clinton gets in office and starts appointing judges, we're going to have a totally out of control court. 4-4. How can you have a 4-4 decision to uphold the Constitution of the United States? That's my question. The only way you can do it is because of politics.
But I really don't think they really want to fix the immigration problem than
No, they want voters.
I don't think so.
The
And
uneducated, poor people that come into this country illegally are poor, and they have a tendency to vote Democratic. So that's why they want them in this country, is because they increase their base. That's it. That's the only reason.
Also, in all fairness to Obama, I don't believe that the 17 million undocumented, actually it should be more than that, because I don't know why
It's
it
the
so
other point, nobody
happened.
knows.
I don't know why it so happened that the only issue in the table is the Mexicans, but the Mexicans are not the only ones that are here illegal.
That's not the only issue. I mean, that's what they talk about a lot.
Yeah, but 17 million Mexicans in 7 years, and 7.5 years? No, I don't think so. That come from before too, you know.
Sure,
So,
it's been going
you
on
know,
since Reagan.
It's been coming on, it's been taking place for a long, long time, you know.
Since the Democrats figured out that illegal, poor immigrants coming into this country might vote Democratic, that's since it's been going on. Because that's the whole reason for it, is to get votes. That's it.
Well, I don't think they come here to vote Democrat.
They don't. That's why they're allowed to come in, because of the Democrats.
I think the culinary union is at fault as much as anybody else. They register people Democrat, and they should not be doing that. They should be allowing those people to access. First of all, how can you be Democrat or Republican when you just got here? You're not even eligible to vote.
Because the Democrats need the votes. So they don't go by the law.
I don't understand how these people play those games.
But
You gotta be here 5 years before you can
That
apply.
doesn't apply to
Legally,
the Democrats.
legally, you have to be here 5 years.
Legally, what's that? That means nothing to the Democrats.
You know, but the union send these people to work, and then they tell, and this is another thing that really, really bothers me. Why are they doing this thing is beyond my imagination. You know, I'm tired to live in the shadows. Well, you don't have to be tired of living in the shadow. You can go back.
Why don't you
You're
go down
free
to
to
Mexico
go back, huh?
and try to live for a while? You'll be living in the shadows.
Yeah, and
Big time.
they
You'll
don't
live in
have,
shadows.
they don't live in a shadow. They got
Jesus
jobs,
Christ.
they got driver's license, they have bank account.
$100,000 trucks.
You know, what is this? You know, and I don't think it is, they don't been, they not being discriminated whatsoever. If anything, they've been criminated. You know, they've been doing the opposite of discriminating, whatever the opposite is. My English is not that good. You know, they've been benefited. You
We
know,
should deport anybody we should deport that votes Democratic. Whether you were born here or not, if you vote Democratic, you need to go, because you're ruining the
well,
country.
because you want a dictatorship now. No, come on.
No,
How can
we
you do
want
that?
common sense to rule. Common sense. There's no such thing as a common sense Democrat. They don't exist. We need common sense. We can't be bringing in people we don't. The garbage cans down on the way to the border from Mexico is filled with passports and other documentation from Syria, Bosnia, Albania, all these foreign countries in the Mideast and everything. The garbage cans are full. Why is that? Because the people that are coming over the border want to get rid of their identification,
But
and they don't need it to come into this country, and their identification will only hurt them because their backgrounds will be exposed, that they're terrorists.
At least we have one bright hope in our future, because the president of Mexico said that if Donald Trump win the election, he will pull every Mexican out of this country.
Perfect, so he doesn't have to build the wall,
So
so he doesn't have to pay for it.
right. So
Yeah,
that's what he said.
If he's gonna find out he can do that, that's fine, but he's gonna pay for the wall anyways. But they're not gonna sell any products here in the United States. So Mexico can just close up. Then there'll be a big coup down there. They'll shoot the president,
Huh?
and it'll be all over with.
Right.
You don't get to do just what you want to do. Look what happened in England. The people have spoken up. They're getting tired of being told what kind of hair dryer they can have from Belgians of all places. Brussels is running England, they thought, and what the other things were, I don't know, teapot, how big their teapot could be. Brussels was dictating that to the sovereignty of England. They didn't have sovereignty anymore. So the people got tired and by 4 points voted out the EU. So the people are beginning to speak. They're waking up. And I think immigration finally had some effort over there in England that the people were realizing. You walk into a hotel, I heard the other day, some guy on TV said the desk clerks were all Muslim, the waiters were all Muslim, the bartender was Muslim, everybody in the hotel, the maid in the room was Muslim, everybody working in the hotel was Muslim.
Really?
Yeah.
What hotel?
I don't know, just
What
somewhere,
city?
every place you went, in London like.
Oh, in London.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're all Muslim.
not in the United States. Oh.
Well, you go to Detroit, Detroit's all Muslim. So is Windsor, Canada, just to mention another country. Windsor, Canada is all Muslim.
Well, we don't care what Canada do.
No,
right?
but it's the migration,
And
it's the
actually, we
point.
don't care what Detroit do because Detroit is a dead city anyway.
Well, and one of the reasons is because of the liberal management of that city destroyed it. If you're a Democrat, you need to be deported. Just on the virtue of your death. Forget this. Well, you can't deport Americans. That's unconstitutional. Forget that. Deport all Democrats. I don't care about your religion. I don't care about your I don't care about your makeup, your heritage. I don't care about any of that. If you vote Democrat, you're out. That's my
Who
platform.
told you I'm a Democrat?
That's my
Why are
platform.
you telling
I'm
me
not.
that? Why
I'm
are you
saying
looking
the
at me with that
listeners.
mean face?
The listeners.
Why are
the
you
listeners.
listening?
That's my platform. Compare that to Trump. Trump's being nice, and look at him getting slammed because he just says Muslim, and then everyone says, "Oh, that's religion." No, Muslim's not a religion. Islam's a religion.
Do you find out anything about what I told you about Dina Titus saying then making the statement that it's not fair that the terrorists are not allowed to carry a gun?
No, I didn't look that up, but I'm sure you heard it on
Yeah,
your
but I'm not-
outreach or whatever that
I'm
show
not,
is, Outnumbered.
Yeah, but I tell you, I don't. I can't find them in anywhere.
But they make so many stupid statements. I mean, it's hard to find them.
I'm not good. I'm not too good on researching.
Well,
So.
how that Jim Clyburn or Clyburn, whatever his name is, a congressman, can say with a straight face that shooting down there in Orlando wasn't caused by any terrorists, this or that. It was caused by guns. We got to get rid of the guns. That's what caused that down there. It had nothing to do with, Islam. It had nothing to do with ISIS. Nothing to do with it. Even though the guy said it has to do with ISIS.
Can I tell you then coming back to Nevada, did I tell you that I am in conversation with the attorney for that radio talk show, Peter Bentinelli, or then it's in
Santinelli,
the
from
guy
Ohio.
with Bundy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he might be in our radio show next week.
Where is he?
He's in Oregon now. They transferred him to Oregon.
Like, I think he always was in Oregon, wasn't he?
No, he was here for a little.
He was?
Yeah, and so
he's in jail in Oregon.
yeah, his lawyer is gonna meet with him next week, and
Perfect.
maybe we can talk. He has
That'd be great.
He's still doing his radio
We
show.
need a little advance notice and then advertise it.
Yeah,
So we get some listeners, maybe some people calling in.
he do his radio show every day from.
How do they let him do that?
I guess he used the phone. That's all.
Yeah, but you can't have a cell phone in prison, I don't think. I don't know. I don't know. Why would
No,
they
but
let
they
him do
use
that?
a phone. They pay phone. It costs
So
an
how
arm
do
and
they,
a,
how do they let him do that?
it costs an arm and a leg. I don't know. I'm not positive. I'm not
You
sure.
think that they put a stop to that because it's anti,
Government.
yeah, so, they're taking away all his rights, why would they let him broadcast anything? Oh, well.
Well, but if
So we need to get a message to Cliven to call into the show every day. If
Yeah.
that guy can do that, why doesn't we'll set an hour aside for him,
yeah.
or 15 minutes, whatever day, and let him call in for 15
Well,
minutes.
he's reporting from the what do you call it? The inside the he's calling from inside the Bundy group, I guess. That's not the word I wanted to use, but compound, because they all in jail over there, so they all together unless they separated. I don't know if there's any big
I don't
enough.
think there's anyone in jail here but Cliven. I don't think anyone else is here. I think everybody else is in Oregon.
Everybody's over there.
Yeah.
So let's see what
We need to get a
happens.
hold of Cliven's attorney here and have him get a hold of Cliven and have him call into the show. We had we had a lot of responses when that group came in here and did a show on that. We'd get a lot of responses if he would go on the air. He should say what he wants to say. They're taking away his constitutional rights. You need to make a big deal out about that, because that's overreach on the government. They're abusing their authority because of Harry Reid. He nominated that judge, and Obama appointed her. So the fix is in. Those are Harry Reid's tentacles going deep.
Well, so that's a good example of what I've been saying. We cannot elect anybody that is support or endorsed by Harry Reid.
No, you're
We
voting
cannot
for
do
corruption.
You cannot do that. As much as I like some of those people, I don't believe that we need to allow Harry Reid to keep himself manipulating the Senate
No.
with his poison and his.
Look at that Obamacare that was jammed down our throat. I don't think that would have been jammed down our throat if it wasn't for Harry Reid and his tricks and his nuclear option and all the tricks that he played to get that thing rammed through. Obama didn't have enough beef on his own to do it. It took Harry Reid and Nancy Pelosi to get that rammed through.
Yeah.
Every single Democrat voted in lockstep, and no Republicans, not one Republican voted for it, not one. And Harry Reid had to keep changing the rules. And then when that Republican slipped in and beat Elizabeth Warren in Massachusetts there, that Brown guy or whatever, that really threw a monkey wrench in their deal because they didn't have the 60 votes or something they needed. So that's when Harry Reid got into his bag of tricks and pulled out that nuclear option, whatever they call it. He's just a trickster. He's just a crook. He'll do whatever it needs to be done. He's crooked. People
How
like
can
that.
be? I thought only can be one crook, and Obama. No, what's her name? Hillary said. Then Trump is a crook. So it cannot
She
be.
has nothing else she can say.
You know,
She can't say anything.
I tell you, this is unbelievable how these people have the audacity to insult the people's intelligence by talking like that. How can you talk about corruption? How can you talk about crooks when look at the background, look back, look at the Clinton, look at the Bush, look at it is a history in the United States to have crooked politicians. It is.
But they're at the top of the hill. They take the cake. There's nobody ever been as bad as them.
That's what I mean.
Jesus.
How can she talk about being crook? What is the difference between one crook or the other one? I'd rather have a Republican crook than a Democrat crook, because the Democrat crook is almost
all Democrats are crooks. But
almost
she's so
like
bad, she stands out.
the Democrat crooks is almost like the communist. It's all for them, nothing for anybody else.
I'm with her. That's her logo. I'm with her. Meaning hers Hillary. I'm with her. That's her logo. I'm with her. That's what she wants everybody to, I'm with her. Yeah, who's her? She is. So she wants everybody to be with her. Donald Trump says, I'm with you, the people of the country. I'm with you. So that shut down that logo. We'll see if she uses it anymore. But what a self-centered, egotistical bitch.
Do you get to read or to hear the Trump speech in Arizona the day before yesterday or not?
I might have heard parts of it. I didn't hear the whole speech. No.
You're lacking. What's the matter with you?
Well, they don't publicize it. He's got
What
enough
do you mean they don't publicize?
He's got enough free space. They're on strike to get him to advertise. They want him to advertise with them. They're tired of giving him freebies.
If they don't give him freebies, they have nothing to write. They have nothing to write.
That's why this big issue now about the money. He's broke. What does he need money for? He just has to go strolling out to his car every now and then. 5,000 people will follow, and all the cameras and all the TV shows. He can go anytime he wants. He can go on any show.
Really?
Any show.
And
There's never been a candidate like this. Never has been.
no?
No, and that's overwhelming to everybody. That's just catching everybody. They don't know what to do about it. Hillary Clinton has all this money in her war chest and this and that.
How much she got? 42.
Well, that's right. Now you see, they can't.
24 million, they said.
They have rules about when you can use money. Okay, so before she's officially the nominee, which means the convention, you're limited to what you can spend and you're limited to how you raise it, and you're all these rules, But then once you are the nominee, then all these PACs and everything can kick in and give you a lot more money. So the change is once you get officially, you're the candidate. Like Trump, he can only spend so much money right now anyways, and then when he's a nominee, I guess it changes the game. Normally, a client then would get all the party money coming in behind him, whether Trump gets that or not. Up to Paul Ryan, I guess. Unbelievable. These parties we got to get rid of. They're the problem. With this entire country and the entire world, the problems of parties, they're corrupt. You're never going to get anywhere with a corrupt party, two people in charge of something. Never going to agree, ever.
Well,
that has to change. Just ask yourself as a voter, what does the parties do for you? What has the party ever done for you?
And your friend Marco Rubio changed his mind. Now he's going to run for Senate again.
Well, Trump called him up and told him that,
Really?
It's very important that you run so we maintain the Republican majority. So little Marco said, okay, Big Don. So
but
threw his hat back in the ring.
I don't know if it's true.
What?
I don't know if he can win now.
Well.
Do you?
Yeah, it depends on who he's running on the other side of the aisle. I mean, the Democrats down there are really the guy named Grayson might be the Democratic opponent. Hey, that guy, you know who I mean, don't you? The guy's pathetic. He should be in jail. Oh, he's brutal. What? I don't know his first name anymore. Grayson. Oh, the guy's an animal. The things that
but
come out of his
we
mouth.
have a prisoner of a crowd situation. I don't know if we can put any more people in jail now.
We couldn't put Hillary on Mount whatever. What is that, Mount Rushmore, because we didn't have room for two more faces. So I don't know how they even put her in jail. She's
I can.
If we don't put her in jail, this country's got no laws. No laws, or they're all just for the Republicans. If you break the law and you're Republican, you're done. You're going to be in there like Hassert was fooling around with little boys or whatever. So he's in jail now for, I don't know, 15 months or something. And then that Democrat's gonna go to jail starting next October for siphoning off $1 million of campaign funds or some finagling crap. Good, so big supporter of the Clintons.
Yeah.
I remember that Rush Limbaugh, I know your favorite, had a show on TV for a while back in the 90s when Clinton was the president, the administration, the Clinton administration. And he had a show and he had this little thing set up like a river, you know, a cartoon type river. And every night there'd be someone on a raft going down the river, like Hubble and all the Clinton administration people that got indicted for this or that or the other thing, all the corruption that follows those people. And every day they would start out to show someone going down the river. Oh, that's what you get with the Clintons. You get massive, massive corruption.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're absolutely the worst. Bill Clinton impeached.
That's why people don't realize that it's a corruption, because we're getting so used to the corruption that it is normal. It's the everyday dealing with.
That's how stupid we've become. You know, here we are, half the people, 47%, are entertaining the thought of supporting a Clinton for the White House, when the previous Clinton, connected to the current Clinton by husband and wife, was impeached as president, taking all that time up and everything, talking to congressmen on the phones while he's getting serviced by Monica in the Oval Office, the Oral Office, you know. I mean, just pathetic. And we're thinking of putting these people back. And Hillary was in charge of all the gates, the travel gate, the FBI gate,
the
gates. Gates.
Oh, Gates. Oh, because I know a lot of Gates and I'm not a Democrat.
Right.
You know.
You do?
Yeah.
Well, Obama's trying to get them converted over to Democrats then. That's why he's changing the bathroom deal around. He's after that 0.003% or whatever it is, trying to convert the ones that aren't Democrats now. That's the reason for that big effort, that big push. In this time of war, Mideast burning, we're getting infiltrated by thousands and thousands of these supposedly refugees that are nothing but operatives. How come every refugee is like military age man in his 20s or whatever? You know?
Say that again?
How come all the refugees, 90% of them are military age young men?
Oh, yeah.
Why?
Oh, yeah. And they talking about all children.
Where are they?
With no parents.
They're
Children.
not in the
Videos. They are between 18 and 40.
Yeah.
Between 18
I'd
and
say
40.
18 and 30. They're all military age operatives.
Yeah.
And they're all operatives. Like Ben Carson used to say, terrorists would be guilty of malpractice if they didn't infiltrate terrorists in with the refugees. They'd be guilty of terroristic malpractice. You know.
Yeah.
And then you get the CIA director, Berman, whatever his name is, saying that. And he's supposed to be working for Obama, and you can tell that because he uses the word ISIL. Anyone that uses the word ISIL is under Obama's control.
It's Bill.
Right, that's right, because that's the only ones that use the word ISIL. John Kerry.
I heard a lady today in TV saying ISIL too. I don't know who she was. I forgot.
Well, she was Obama bowing at the mantle of Obama, you know that.
Probably.
You know.
But
it just makes my skin crawl when I hear that name. It just shows how stupid these people are. Obama's got to change a word. Jesus Christ, pathetic.
We need to start doing something. We need to do it fast and we need to do it well, because we are going to lose our country.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with this thing, my friend. We need to do something.
Europe's in terrible, terrible straits because they're mostly liberal leaning over there. And they have this Merkel and these people that were allowing all these refugees or whatever to come pouring over their borders. I think Germany took like a million refugees. 1 million. And now all their women are getting raped over there in Germany. I mean, these are lawless people. They have a totally different ideology and a total different religion, and they actually support this caliphate ideology in their religion, and you can't infiltrate these people with these strong, strong fanatic beliefs into a society that thinks completely different. It'll never work. I mean, you've got to be so stupid to even try it. And why do we need any more people in this country right now? Oh, I know we were built on immigration. Yeah, well, that was when, 200, 300 years ago? Why are we that way
I know,
now?
but this is, I understand that, I agree with that, but immigration was coming legally. Legally, we didn't open the gates at the border and allow everybody to come out.
You tell the people, throw away your ID before you try to come across, because we don't want to know who you are.
Really?
Stupid. Well, yeah, all the garbage cans are full of IDs on the way to the border, over in the United States.
Oh, and they talk about immigration reform. We don't need to reform. We don't need to reform anything. We need to enforce what we got already. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, what are you going to reform when you haven't followed the law to start with?
It's not that far back. It's only 60 years. When I came here, first of all, you need to have somebody to sign out for you. You have to have money in the bank. You have to wait for your turn to get your visa. You have to become here and spend 5 years legally producing.
Go online and look up like a country like Guatemala, let's say. No, Ecuador. Say you want to move to Ecuador and you're an American citizen. Look at the requirements for you to move to Ecuador. They'll take you in, but you have to fill out all the paperwork. You have to prove that you have an income
And
of
that is a communist
$2,000.
country.
No, not really.
It is a communist country.
They elect their president.
Who? Evo,
Well, whatever, but
no.
I'm talking Ecuador.
You don't have to be a dictator to be a communist government.
No.
Okay. I just wanted to
But
make that correction.
Right, but they have qualifications to allow you into that country. You have to prove that you have $2,000 a month income. What do you think the income is of these refugees coming pouring over our border? Try zero. And we let them in? Why are we letting them in? What are they possibly going to advance our society with?
I don't think it's a zero income. I don't think so. I think they got the income, and that's why they.
Well, the ones that are terrorists are
Yes.
being supported by the terrorists.
Yeah.
So yeah, they have good income, I'm sure. Whatever they need to get bombs and
Yeah,
guns
I don't think,
and ammunition.
not everybody that come here is poor. We got some poor people that come here to better their life.
Okay, the point is, how do we know?
Yeah, that's
I'm
right.
saying you want to go to Ecuador, you have to fill out paperwork and you have to prove it.
But I'm getting to the point that we don't need to talk about Latin countries. We don't need to talk about Spanish countries. There's other countries that come here. Canadians are a million Canadians over here, millions that are illegal. Russians, Greeks, Australians, all those people that, with blonde hair and green eyes pretending to be American because they speak English maybe better than somebody from Guanajuato or somebody from where is
I don't know what the requirements are if you're a Canadian to come into this country. I don't think you need a visa or anything. What do you need?
I guarantee you that almost every talk show or game show in the United States networks are Canadian. And I don't know how many of them are here.
Alex
really.
Trebek?
All those people, they are Canadian, and I don't know how many of them are here really legally, because nobody asks questions because they are blonde, white skin, green eyes, and they got a few bucks in the bank.
Up in Canada, they have national health care, single payer system up there. But it's so bad, I hear that Canadians come over into the United States, to get health care. Well, what's their requirements to come in? Do you know?
Really? I don't know.
How do they come in? Do
I
they just
know.
show an ID
I
at the
know, but
border?
that's what I'm trying to say. Don't blame the Mexicans all the time. The Mexicans are not the exceptions. They are the rule.
Well, what's all the makeup of the Californian immigration? They're 90% Mexican, aren't they?
That many?
I don't know. I know that you take a trip to San Diego and that's about all you see,
Really?
I guess.
I don't know.
I've been
I
in the
never
border.
pay
I go to
attention to that.
Tijuana and then I come back. I made a wrong turn one time in San Diego on the highway and I ended up in Tijuana.
Really?
And Jesus Christ, it took me 5 hours to get back into the country. Just
What?
flip around, do a
Why?
U-E, because of the lines. Getting back into the country was so friggin'
No,
long.
you're pulling my leg.
No. It's always a huge line over there.
Wow.
To get out of the country, you just drive right through. You don't even know you're in another country. There's a little tiny sign I get. I think they've done some shows about it.
Bienvenido.
How people get stuck in Mexico. They don't know they're going into Mexico. That one guy that ended up having 3 guns with him or something, a military guy, accidentally took that wrong turn like I did, ended up in Mexico and they arrested him, remember? And the mother and Greta and everybody had to have big shows about trying to get him out of jail. Bill O'Reilly and all that stuff had to get on the case. They finally got him back, but I mean, it was a big nightmare. And a lot of people make that mistake. You can go from San Diego, you can almost fall into Mexico.
Huh. Wow. No, I know. I never. I only been in San Diego, and I've been in. I forgot it's a Spanish name, a Spanish word.
And
But-
they have a bridge there from the
A
U.S.
bridge?
side.
No, it's not a bridge. It's a tunnel.
No, they have a walk like we have here, these flyovers.
Oh, really?
They have a bridge there, and you can walk into Mexico, and they don't even check you. You just walk over that bridge, and you're in Mexico.
And they try to do the same thing in the way back.
No, I don't think you can get on the same bridge coming back. Mexicans can't walk over the bridge because Mexicans are restricted. Americans can go to Mexico, and Americans can come back, but you got to show ID that you're American.
Well,
Mexicans don't just come into the country.
see, that's the.
Well, they do now, I
That's
guess.
the problem. That is the problem. You know, Americans are so used to be excluded from any rules and regulations, and now the other countries want to do the same thing. You know, and I don't think it should be that way. You know, American people can go anywhere without visa, without passport. You know, I don't know about
That is
now,
just
but it
beyond my
used to be.
belief.
It used to be anywhere. You have an American passport, you can jump in a plane and go anywhere. Nobody asks you a question. I don't think that is really the best method, the best way to do things, because then the other people expect to do the same thing. With the difference is, then when the American people go to anywhere, Ecuador, like you said, Venezuela, anywhere, they're gonna come back over here. They're not gonna stay there. But the people that come from those countries, they're gonna stay here. And that's the difference. That's why the American people are privileged to be able to just show the American passport and become absolute rule. You know, it's because, you know, it's like in my case, when I used to come over here, I used to come in the morning, buy me a pair of shoes, a pair of pants, or whatever, go to that little hotel in downtown Miami and have lunch and rush to the airport to get the 4 o'clock plane back to Cuba. I didn't want to stay here.
Did you have to pay anything for what you bought when you got back to Cuba?
No,
No.
I got diplomat
Tariffs or nothing.
immunity.
Oh, well. What about a normal person?
Oh, I don't know. I was
Like
never
when
a
you go to
normal.
the Bahamas.
I was never a normal person.
If you're a Bahamian and you travel to the United States, which I guess they pretty freely let you do that, but when you go back to the Bahamas, you have to pay duty on whatever you bring into the Bahamas because they want their tax.
Yeah, but
You
that's
know,
probably for people
so
that
when
come
you-
here once every 3 or 4 months. But when
Well,
you
whatever,
come
but
here
when you
every
go-
week,
When I go to the Bahamas, I get right through. No problem. I don't even get hardly looked at. But if you're a Bahamian, man, oh man, it's like you're going to some foreign country and you're a Bahamian, but they're looking to see what you got that they can charge you money for.
but if you go, it's like me going to the Esmeralda Cafe. I go there every day. I don't have to worry about exclusive thing. But if you never go there, well, then you want to read the menu and this and that. Well, the same thing happened with that. I used to come to Miami, like I said, in the morning and leave in the afternoon. I didn't need to really buy a bunch of stuff. I
Was
just
it like
put
a
a
20-minute flight,
a
30-minute
handbag.
flight?
No, I think
You
it's
had those rubber band jobs
50.
back
I
then,
think
right?
it's 50 minutes.
Oh, because you
45,
rubber band propeller jobs
Yeah.
back in.
I don't know. I was using Pan American Airlines.
Do they have more than one airport in Cuba? Not
Yeah.
Is
What are you talking about? Cuba is a normal country.
But
We
it's
have
as
an
big-
airport in every
It's a little
city.
bigger than this office.
Cuba,
They have room for 2 airports?
they have room for more than 2.
Really? Next time I fly over, I'll have to pay attention.
No. What are you talking about? We have an airport in Santiago. We have an airport in Havana. We have an airport in Santa Clara.
So where did you fly out of?
Havana, Marianao. I do that all the time.
How many runways?
I don't know. I don't know.
Is the wind always blowing the same direction?
I have no idea. I have no idea. I don't do stuff like that. It doesn't make any difference. You know, my roommate was asking me today, see how is the temperature? What do I care how the temperature is? All I wanted to know if it's cold or
Well,
hot.
I know the answer without looking. It's bad.
All I wanted to do
It's
is,
hot.
all I wanted to know is if it's cold or hot. In order to me, if it's cold, I like to wear a
You don't have
jacket.
to worry about that for a few months. Jesus
You know,
Christ.
but I mean, I don't.
If it's 115 now, what's it gonna be in July?
It's windy. I don't know if it's windy. I gotta go out anyway. So what's the difference if it's windy?
I won't go out.
You know, I don't follow these patterns. That
Maybe your roommate won't go out if it's windy. Maybe they have a criteria, certain amount of wind, they don't go. You know, maybe they have, over a certain temperature, they don't go.
No, my brother was the same way. He gotta check the thermostat and see how the temperature is. You know, he used to have in his house a clock about this big, and it tell you how the temperature
Humidity.
and humidity.
Oh,
I
great. I have one of
care
those.
I
I have
don't
one of
care.
those.
I
I
don't
think I've
know.
ever looked
Maybe
at
I'm stupid. Maybe I am ignorant. But it doesn't make any difference to me how hot it's outside. If I have to go in the car,
Well, if you have to go, you have to go. But what if you don't have to go? Then maybe
then
you
I
have
don't
a
care. That's a
criteria.
good reason not to care. You know, when I was retired, people said, "Oh, you notice how hot it is?" I don't know. I haven't been out. You know,
And then, kind
I
of
jump
in
in. I
Vegas,
jump in the pool at 3
you
o'clock
should
in the
go from
morning.
your air-conditioned garage into your air-conditioned car, and then you go to maybe the air-conditioned store or your air-conditioned office. I mean, really, when you think about it, what difference does it make how hot it is out?
That's right.
If that's the way you get yourself set up.
Yeah. No, I don't do any of that stuff.
I have too many cars, and when I get into a car that I have in my air-conditioned garage, I really notice the difference. I get out, I go, wow, it's really cool today. Why? It's because and if I use a car that I had parked outside, holy Christ, I get in that thing, I go, oh my God, what the hell's going on around here,
Yeah.
Jesus criminy.
It's
My air conditioner wasn't working the other day. You must have did something to it. I left here, I go home, and good God, man, I had to go to my mechanics. I couldn't make it. There's no goddamn air wasn't working. I about died. I almost passed
my
out.
car overheated yesterday.
Jesus criminy.
I had to call
It's
somebody
brutal.
to come over. And where do I stop my car? Right in Metro,
Oh, in the middle
Metro
of
building,
the, yeah.
Metro building. And you know what? People say, where's a cop when you need one? Well, yesterday I need one, and there was a good Samaritan detective with Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department by the name of James. He didn't want to tell me. He gave me 2 jars, brand new jars of water. He
Off the
was,
shelf water or
yeah,
out of the tap? Bought it from a store?
yeah.
Store bought
It
water.
wasn't even, it was closed. It
They're like
wasn't even
$1 a
open.
bottle.
It's not that he refilled it or
They gave
anything.
you like $2 worth of water.
I think it's more than that.
Jeez,
Wow, I was shocked.
man.
How can you gonna tell me where is a policeman when you need one? Well, I didn't need one yesterday, but yeah, I did need one. I need somebody with water to fill up my radiator, and then I had
How'd
to
you get
come.
the water in your radiator? Sometimes you're in trouble.
Yeah.
If it's already too hot, how do you get
Well,
water
by
in?
the time that I park in there and I start thinking and I start
Oh, man, that's
looking for
dangerous.
the jars. I almost make a mistake and put
Tell you what,
transmission.
if you 10 degrees difference in temperature when you're 100 or 110 is a big deal to a car. It really, you notice things. It's really, really a big deal. I go to California, you go like 5 miles off the ocean in a particular car that I have, you go 5 miles off the ocean, and it's like the desert here. It's the same, it's almost like being here. It's that hot. Then you start going towards the ocean, and as you go, every mile, your temperature gauge in your car notches down a little bit. And then by the time you get to the ocean, it's like where it's supposed to be. Turn around, go the other way, and it starts cracking up. I used to go up to Mount Charleston, right in the middle of the summer, like 80 degrees up there. As you're going up Mount Charleston, you watch your temperature gauge going down. Then you come back the other way, and it starts going up. So your temperature gauge is dependent upon the outside temperature, how hot your engine runs. Very connected in particular.
I think I'm
cars.
gonna have to retire.
Yeah.
I have to retire until
Alright.
the summer is over.
Okay, well then if Hillary gets elected, you don't need to come back.
No, if Hillary get elected, I'm gonna retire for good. You
Yeah,
know,
no
I gotta
sense,
find somebody then they can take over this.
no sense busting your ass and working for the government. What the hell, they just got, the more you give the government, the more they spend. So you never get ahead, that's like a treadmill. You just give them X amount and they want more and more and more and more. Government doesn't work, it just doesn't work because they use up all your money and then when it's gone, there's a riot. That's a coup. And there has to be a big change.
Yeah.
Like the guy over there in Britain, he's already said he's resigning because of what happened the other day. They jump out of the euro and then now I don't know, I think that's a good thing myself. I don't know what the hell, I never understood why they were doing that to begin with. The borderless world, like John Kerry Lurch says. Can't have a borderless world. That's stupid. You need borders. Otherwise, you have people like those desert rats infiltrating your country, and all they are killers. Their ideology is to kill anybody that's not the same faith that they are. And we can't have that. They've been fighting over there in the Mideast for thousands of years. Why should we let them infiltrate into our country? It's stupid. You don't need these people. Oh, you gotta discriminate against. Yeah. No, I discriminate against the deaf. They bring with them death. The hell with their religion. They bring death.
Yeah. That's.
And you goody two-shoe liberals can go screw yourself. Why don't you go over there and live for a while? See how you like it. And some Americans have, like those guys that get their heads cut off and everything, they're gonna be these reporters or whatever, go over there, find out what's going on, and they get their heads cut off. Brilliant. What a great place to go, Some college students were over there, weren't they walking around Libya or Iran or Iraq? They were going on a little college tour. Yeah, they got zapped up and killed is what happened to them. What a great place to go for a little tour. Man, oh man. And I'd say you stand out like a sore thumb over there. You Americanized type person, and you start walking around Iran or Iraq. Jesus. You're like a flashing billboard. Terrible, terrible countries. If they didn't have oil, they'd be desert thieves. That's what they were for centuries, desert thieves. And we got to have an Obama putting out the red carpet for them. Idiots. Yeah, I think my platform is right. Deport all the Democrats. D for deport. You got a D next to your name, deport them.
That's a good one.
Well, the
That's a
country
good
would
one,
straighten
yeah.
itself out. In about 3 years, we wouldn't have any more problems. We wouldn't be divided anymore. We just do everything right.
I have a neighbor that is a Democrat, and his sister-in-law is also a Democrat, but she's so beautiful, you know.
Oh, well, Jesus Christ.
It cannot be deported, you know. We need beautiful
Well, you
women.
deport him and let her stick around. You have to convert her.
No, it's his sister-in-law. She's single. Her sister is married to my friend or to my neighbor. I don't know.
So you deport them and convert the young one.
The young one.
Convert her while they're married still.
That can be.
There you go.
You know.
I think we need to just.
She likes to come over and play pool, and she likes all that.
Yeah, I'm sure she does. What do you play strip pool?
No.
No.
No, I got my clothes on for now. Oh my God, what is this?
Geez, just radio time. Here goes your phone like bananas.
I know. I'm gonna have to shut it off because people know I'm doing the show at this time and they keep calling.
Well, I haven't called this number.
What for?
702
They have nothing good to say anyway.
5222. Well, they agree with us, so they don't have anything to try to change us. You know, we're right about everything. I don't have to have that Sullivan group in LA do a research on our statements around here to see what the truth level is. We're 100%. Russia's only 99.7 or 99.8. I'm 100.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was coincidental that old Trumpy boy, Mr. Lucky, lands over there. He's in Scotland today, right when all that crap hits the fan over what happened there last night, you know, with this getting out of the Euro deal. And he shows up, he's over there in the morning.
Yeah. Anyway, I just like to remind everybody that is listening to this wonderful show that you have to make an effort to straighten things right in this community. Anybody that is supported or endorsed by Harry Reid should not be elected. Call him whatever name you want to call him. Anybody that it is, directly or indirectly, involved with Harry Reid should not be elected to any office whatsoever. So please learn the lesson. We cannot have another 30 years of Harry Reid. We cannot have another 30 years of Harry Reid. So let's say goodbye for now. Have a nice weekend. Enjoy yourself. Stay out of the heat. And jump in the pool at 3 o'clock in the morning and you will enjoy it. Have a nice day. My name is Rolando Ladras and I stand behind every word I said in this hour show. God bless you, God bless America, and God bless our troops.